What is up, everybody? How are we doing tonight? $21.22? Okay, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got quite a few breaks that are very close to filled, which is awesome. So we can keep working our way on those ones. And then, excuse me, keep crushing it. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just getting some things organized here. Looks like a couple of the spot giveaway breaks just had a spot or two taken. And then we can continue on with that. So the one double up break is down to, I think, 2 or 3 left. So that is phenomenal. So let's keep it going there. And I do feel like the double up will be the first one to go, personally. I'll be right back. Just gonna go grab my water. All right, so who wants to crush it? Ingrained at 9, Allures at 10. The 24,000 break giveaways at 9 left. The double ups at 3 left. Credentials and stature 8 and 8. Medals at 7. Clear cut at 6. Premier at 10. So who wants to get the ball rolling on these breaks? And then we can get the ball rolling. So, anyone want to get 971 ready to rock and roll? We are very close on that one. So let me know who wants to get the ball rolling. A couple more spots in the Synergy and the other break. Slowly but surely moving. Synergy had another one. Holy moly, Synergy. Mind you, value-wise, it's insanely affordable. You're in them all? Well, as I said, we're going to keep launching them, so. To help you guys out, obviously. And then we can get it going. So, yeah, I'm good with them all to get going. We are at 10 or less on quite a few breaks. That one's definitely a good one to get into. So if any of you guys want to start it off, as I said, these are some pretty big spot giveaways, guys. And then we can go from there. So, if anybody wants to hammer it down a few more spots, that would be phenomenal. And appreciated. And then we can crush it. So. But hopefully everyone's having a good evening. That would be first and foremost. I hope everyone is having a great evening. We are going to crush a ton of breaks. So, that is the game plan, ladies and gentlemen. Always the game plan. And the good news is all of them are very close, so should not be a problem. So now that we've had a couple days to settle with it, guys, what are your thoughts on the Parker's Champions? Like it, hate it, don't care for it? Honest thoughts on it, guys. So I don't mind it on a box per box level. I think there's some cool components. I think the retros and the lenticulars are my two favorite things about it, to be candid. Those are the two things I think the most about on that one. That I think are the coolest things about it. And I got the one transfer in, sir. Thank you very much. So that is awesome. That one's good to go. All right. So who wants to close out the first giveaway break? Who wants to close out the first break? Let me know. All right, well, Stature, speaking of something else different, had a couple spots taken, so that's good. Said all these breaks are slowly but surely moving, so can't complain about that. But I definitely think the other break will be the first one to go. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, which one you guys wish to get going first. I'm happy to do them all, but let's get the first one going. All right. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, which one you guys would like to get done first. right, so Clear Cut also had a couple spots taken. So we're getting all the other breaks moving, which is great. So I'm thrilled about that. Just hoping we can get the giveaway spot going. I'm just going to fill my water while I have the chance. Anna. Anna. All right, so the 7-box SBA's had a spot taken. Again, everything is going. So just a reminder, guys, if you want the spot giveaway, let's get the first one going. 971 will be the easiest one to go first. So let's get that one rolling. And then we can continue on, guys. Of course, you guys can get anything else going. More than happy to do them all. So let me know what you guys would like to get going first. More than happy with, as I've always said, pretty much anything you guys want to do. And then we can continue to rock out. anyone wants to grab a spot in the 24,000 spot giveaway, there is only a few left there. So let me know. And then we can continue on. All right, another spot got taken. Well, that one's in the stature. So yet again, a lot of the different breaks are moving nicely. 950 is now down to 5 left. And 971 is down to 2 left. 2 spots to go. We are almost there. All right, and I think all the payments are... I'm pretty much caught up on most of the payments now, guys. There's a couple of EMTs I'm waiting for, but they're in other breaks, so I'm not going to kill them just yet. Not just yet. But I will. But we are at 2 left in the 971 now. Officially, everything else is good to go in that one. We got 5 left in stature. So let me know who wants to close those out and we'll be good to go. And I got the 1 EMT in from Samuel, so thank you. Mr. Samuel, you are good. So you are good, sir. Well, whatever break you guys want to get rolling first, it would be good. We got 1 left, 5 left, 4 left, 7 left, 7 left, 9 left, 9 left, 10 left. Absolutely a ton of breaks that are very, very close, guys. So ideally, let's get the double up going, so I can give away some spots for you guys. So it looks like we're down to 1 left in the 24,000 spot giveaway, 971. Only 1 to go there. So whoever wants to take that last spot, we will be then good to go. Who wants to close that one out? Very, very close to closing it out. And then start the first one. See who's going to be the lucky winner of the first spot. Hopefully we do several of them tonight, to be honest. That would be absolutely perfect for you guys. Just keep giving those puppies away. So, of course, if anybody wants to finish the first one off, that would be great. Yeah. Okay, one left, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever wants to take that last one, we are good to go. We will be good to go. Who wants to get it going? Spot giveaway. So, but I'm excited for tonight. I think tonight will be good. Okay, so one left in that, 5 left in the stature. One to go in that one. So once someone clears out that last spot, we are good to go. It is, Ryan. Yeah, that's it. It's still early on. Gotta keep in mind, Ryan, the one thing I think a lot of people forget, I know for us specifically, we have a ton of people, customers who are Alberta, Vancouver type, and in Edmonton. So the problem is, like, our 5 o'clock is their 2 o'clock. So that is why for us, like, going on at this time, sometimes a little slower at the 5, but once it starts getting like 6, 7, 8, it starts picking up quite a bit. So we will obviously get there. It's just sometimes it takes a little longer. And then once people start seeing the breaks, they'll get going. It always works that way. So the good news is at 1 left, I'm very confident, Ryan, that one's going to go. And someone is going to get a spot into a very large break. So I absolutely love doing the giveaways. It feels awesome when somebody can win a huge spot. So we will most definitely get there. So whoever wants to take that one out, let me know. So, and again, you already won a spot. Well, there's no harm of trying to win multiple more, right? Why not? There's nowhere do we say that you can only win one. So, good on you for getting one. Get a second one. If I remember correctly, was yours not the one that it was like eerily close to not going to you as well? Like it was very, very close to going to the next person on the spin. Right on the line, yeah. I remember thinking on that one, I was like, I'm curious to see what the system's going to say on that one. And again, whatever the system says is what we do. But that was definitely right on the freaking line. So that was fun. I'm sure for you watching it, you're probably like, slow down, slow down, slow down. Stop, 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 stop. I don't want to see it go further. So, good news is you got it. So, congrats. Right on the line. All right, so we had another spot taken, but in a different break. Again, we're doing a great job on all the different breaks. Like SBA's had some spot taken, Ice had a spot taken, Stature, Clear Cut, Synergies, Premier, Allure. And again, guys, we are 1 left in the giveaway break. we have only one to go. On this one. And once someone takes that one, guys, we're good to go. And then hopefully the night continues on and we crush like 4 or 5 other more. So let me know. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that last spot filled. We are down to just one left. So if anyone wants to get that spot going, one left in that one. That is all. So I think we can get the first one going, which would be great, and then we can work on the clear cut, we can work on the allure, we can work on the stature. We just need one person to grab that last spot, and then we will be more than good. Anybody wants to grab that spot, we can start off that break right away. 971 will be the first one done. 971. Well, another allure spot went. See, again, we're filling all the other spots. It's kind of funny. All the other breaks are moving. So. And we will get there on this one, I can guarantee it. 971 has just one left. And then we can do the break. Uno spotto leftolo. Also, I'm going to have some fun with you guys. How about this? That stature break, I will give away 3 overtime packs if we get that filled in the next 15 minutes. If we get the clear cut filled in the next 15 minutes, I will add an additional 3. So that would be 8 total on that one. If we get the 7-box mix one filled, I will add 3 overtime packs as a giveaway. So that'll be 3 breaks that have 3 overtime packs as an added thank you just for filling them. And you know what? I'll even throw credentials in there. I might as well at this point. So credentials, stature, clear cut, and the 24,000 7-box mix giveaway will all have 3 overtime pack giveaways if any of them are filled basically by 6 o'clock, so 15 minutes. So that is my fun deal on those ones. So if anyone wants to get it going, that would be great. And 971 is now looking like it might be filled. So 971 might be the first one to go. And then we can work on the other ones. Me as well. There we go. It is good to go. Thank you, sir. Well, hopefully we can get the other ones moving as well during this thing. Again, I'm doing some fun deals for you guys in a lot of different breaks. Doesn't have to just be the one. So 971 is going to be the first one. And the phone just rang, eh? All right, so 971. Gonna get the randoms ready. So here we go. $23,971 3 times. So 1, 2, and a big 3. One, 2, 3. So there you go. There's the list. And then we will start off the next break. I'm just going to get it going here. All right, and then it's time to get going on this bad boy. All right, let me get the spin wheel ready here for afterwards. All right, 971, good luck. Here we go. Here we go, 23,971. We've got the 4-box break. GT. You as well. Good luck. I don't know if you're in this, but good luck. All right. Why don't we start off with a whole bunch of nothing? We got a Young Guns of Lockwood for Vancouver. Lockwood, Vancouver. We've got a canvas of Parayko for the Blues. Dazzlers of Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa. Brady Tkachuk. And another Young Guns of Neighbors for the Blues. Neighbors. All right, series 1 time. Base. That's a nice start. Young Guns for Montreal. Cole Caulfield. Absolutely recommend getting this one graded. Congrats, Montreal. That is what I love putting these breaks together for. Nice hits like that. Portraits for the Rangers, Panarin. Dazzlers, Caulfield for Montreal. Again, that's a rookie Dazzlers of Caulfield. And a Young Guns for Boston of Aiken. Cole times 2. 2 Coles. All right. Let's see what we get in the retail now. Canvas of Coyle for Boston. Diamond of Aho for Carolina. Young Guns for Dallas of Demani. Retro for Washington of Carlson. Young Guns of Niemelainen for the Oilers. Young Guns for the Blues of Toropchenko. Dazzlers for the Devils of Holtz. A Young Guns canvas for Anaheim of Gruel. Canvas, Young Guns, Gruel. Holographics gold for Florida, Spencer Knight. Retro Young Guns for LA of Turcotte. A whole lot of nada. Young Guns for Chicago, Phillips. Retro of Matthews for the Maple Leafs. Young Guns for the Coyotes of Moser. LeBase. Canvas for the Blues of Kyrou. Rookie Gems Double Diamond for the Panthers, Spencer Knight. Young Guns for Ottawa of Sokolov. Retro for the Avalanche, Makar. SPX of Kaprizov for Minnesota. Dazzlers for Tampa, Kucherov. Canvas, Jenner for the Jackets. And a holographics for Winnipeg, Perfetti. All right, let's see what box 2 has in store. All right, LeBase. Canvas of Thornton for the Panthers. We got our Rookie Gem Single Diamond of Denisenko for the Panthers. Young Guns for the Avalanche of Noonan. We got a Retro Fiala. He always has to show up for Minnesota. Holographics for Anaheim of Zegras. Young Guns for the Avalanche of Barron. Dazzlers for Nashville of Tomasino. Young Guns for the Coyotes of McCartney. Canvas for the Devils of Jesper Bratt. Retro Young Guns for the Devils of Mercer. Holographics of Jarvis for Carolina. Young Guns for the Panthers of Schwind. Ooh, nice. We got a gold stockpile retro for the Maple Leafs of Nylander. Gold. Regular of Nylander. That's kind of funny for the Maple Leafs. Base. Young Guns for the Islanders of Salo. Canvas for the Maple Leafs of Kerfoot. Triple Diamond for the Minnesota Wild, Kaprizov. Young Guns for the Blue Jackets of Tarasov. Retro Markstrom, Calgary. PX for the Red Wings of Raymond. Dazzlers for Philadelphia, Atkinson. And that's kind of a cool finish. A mascot canvas of Bernie. Bernie. For Colorado. All right. Now let's see who's going to get the spot, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you guys all the best of luck. 3 times. Spinny, spin, spin. Here we go. Not 3 times. I always say that. 1 time, but good luck. Make sure I'm turned around. I am. It looks like Scotty knows. Congrats. Scotty knows. He eked out the W right at the end. All right. Scotty knows. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we had, it looks like, Scotty doesn't know. That's funny. Well, I am telling you, GT, Scotty does know. He definitely knows right now. So congrats to Scotty. All right, so Allure just had a couple more spots taken, guys. And then if you guys wish to get the stature going, I will extend all my deals that I did. Do you talk too much? No, not enough, to be honest. I like chatting. Chatting is good for the room, so. So I will extend the overtime giveaways on those breaks so that way we can get a few more going. Stature is at 5. Credentials at 7 now. So which one of you would like to get those going? Again, any one of those are good to go. Clear cut's also very close. So who wants to get one of those going? I'm happy doing way more, guys. So who wants to do the stature? 5 left in that one. 3 overtime packs as giveaways if we fill it up. And if you want my honest opinion, guys, the clear-cut one would be the best one to do because you will have 8 overtime packs as giveaways. 5 are already part of the break. So why not jump in on that one? So 4, 5, 7. I can do that later, it's fine. So 4 left, 5 left, 7 left. The metal's at 7 left. So let me know. All right. So who is next? You decide. 4, 5, 7, 7, 9 left. That $55 spot giveaway with the overtime packs is also very good too, guys.
I'm here tomorrow morning, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, sure. A-okay. Have a good night. All right. How about this, guys? I'll do a fun game on clear cut as well. How about if you guys can pick 3 teams. If we get an autograph from one of those teams, I will... I'm trying to think of the odds of this one. I almost think it's too good. That's a problem. I got to figure out how I can do this one. My original idea... How about this? I will make it bigger, but I'll make it more fun. You guys have 10 minutes to fill this break, the clear cut. You guys can pick 2 teams. If we hit an autograph of one of those teams, I will throw in a box of clear cut as a giveaway. But you do only get 2 teams. So how's that sound? So it's a fun little game that we can all play to get it going. But it is up to you fine folks. Let me know if anyone wants to get the ball rolling. So let me know. Said I'm happy to do a couple more breaks, guys. No point in leaving all these till Sunday. What's the point of leaving all these till Sunday? What'd you miss? As of right now, I'm trying to get a few more breaks going. Again, I know it's still early. I still got a little while to go on here, so I'm not in no rush to get off here and. So, again, it is just a normal Friday night. Everyone's a little more relaxed. We got a lot of breaks, and then the good news is we're going to prep this up for Sunday, I'm guessing. But if any one of you guys want to get the other stuff going, by all means. And then, I'm hoping we can get a few more. But we just need a couple more people to get in the room and grab a spot or two. Again, I still have a little while to go. We got 5 left in stature, 4 left in clear cut, 7 left credentials, 7 left metal, 7 left in SPX. So we are getting closer. Just a few more spots in each one. So which product coming up, guys, are you most excited for right now? Right now I don't have pretty much anyone really chatting, but which products are you most excited for coming up in the next couple months? Like right now you have potentially credentials, ingrained icons, stature, platinum. Which one, guys? For me, it's got to be platinum. Platinum's always got a soft spot for me. It most definitely has a soft spot. Kevin, the problem is the dates that we get right now are still all jumbled up. On our website, on the pre-orders, we always have like a tentative date, and that will be the last date that we've been given. But that changes so frequently. Like I'm looking at it right now. Right now it says July 30th, but also clear cut July 30th. And PWHL is July 30th. So yeah. Stature is going to be interesting to see. Yeah, Stature is going to be interesting because it's going to be a lot more expensive. So it will be interesting to see how it's going to do. So the only changes I can tell, well, that I know about, like, specifically, is you're gonna have 5 cards in the pack, so slightly less cards. So that I think some people might be a little turned off on. The tentative thing on that one, it is going to be, I think, 2 cards numbered to $3.99 or less, 1 card numbered to $12.99 or $9.99, 1 base card, and 1 auto. Leon, how you doing, sir? So I think naturally, and the problem also is, Kevin, and this is not even including tariffs and stuff, it very well might come out about $300 or $339, somewhere around there. I would not be surprised if it's around $300 a box. And I think that, candidly, might intimidate a few people. By the way, guys, Stature is down to 4 left. If anybody wants to get that one going, let me know. Like, I am a little bit worried about the price point of Stature. Because that one always came out around the 149-ish. Like, for a customer to spend $300 plus taxes. Now, there is benefits, Kevin. Like, for example, it's a multi-year product. So that's one good thing. So there'll be multiple rookie crops. Number 2, they're limiting how many rookies are in each year, so it's only going to be 20 per year. So you're not going to get, like, the garbage of the garbage rookies. That's a positive. But the negative is it is now $300 a box. Or a little bit more, or a bit less, not too sure. So, like, that's where you're kind of, you know, I don't know how people are going to react to that, to be honest. So, but Leon, how's it going? What's up? What's new? By the way, the 7-box SBA mix is getting very close now, guys. Also, a reminder, anybody who's got 2 spots in the SBA is eligible for the box bonus. So that alone is pretty damn good. But Stature's down to 4, Clear Cut's down to 4. I would love to get a couple more of those going. I agree with Abby. Let's get the let's get them going. So, Abby, every 2 spots you get 1 ballot. So, yes, if you have 2 spots, you get 4 teams and 2 ballots. So, 1 more spot for you. essentially will give you another ballot. And that is why I always say these ones are always fun, because you might want to go the 2 best teams or you might want to go the 2 cheapest teams. And they're not bad because we've had people win the big prize by grabbing the cheapest team. Many, many times. So there is no negative of that. Obviously, the only negative essentially might be is that the team might not be the greatest. But what I like about it is you could spend theoretically 50, I could spend 150, and I could win the box at 50. So I like the idea that people have the same opportunity. Life is groovy. Well, groovy's good. I'm glad to hear. On the Leafs loss. Yeah, you know what? I don't, Leon, you know what's funny? I don't ever get too bitter about the Leafs losing. Like, one team every year wins, let's be honest. So, 31 other teams are going to be very upset. Obviously, you want your team to always win. That always is the goal. I will say, like, I genuinely do believe, I think the Leafs had a great year. I think they had a great playoffs, and I think this was their best yet. But, again, let's be honest. Florida is just damn good. And there's nothing wrong about that. Like, by the way, Buffalo and Dallas and SBA on the e-transfer, I'm canceling those 2. So those are about to be available, Buffalo and Dallas, just in case anyone wants to grab them, because they're actually pretty good teams. And again, not that you can do the math on it, Leon, because I'm not a massive believer of that, to be completely candid either. But with the with Florida doing what Florida did, it makes me feel a little better that the Leafs put them to 7. Again, a loss is a loss. You know. Yeah, you know what? They look different. And I said, I do think, Leon, my perspective, and again, I know some people will say I'm a homer. I always think I'm very level-headed on the Leafs. What I've always been upset about is I feel like a lot of people, you people, as Don Cherry said, a lot of people like to rag on things without looking at facts. Like, I can't remember where, I swear I saw it maybe on Reddit. Someone posted a stat of the last, 6 series of the leading scorer against Florida. And it was insane. It was like Panarin 0 goals in 6 or 7 games. Kucherov 1 goal. Matthews 1 goal. I can't remember the other ones. I apologize. But, McDavid was the highest at 3 or 4. And he's had 16, though. So 16 games. I said this all along when people were ragging on Matthews, Marner, and Nylander about Florida. I don't think people give Florida enough credit of how damn good they actually are at shutting down teams. Again, I was hoping the Oilers were going to win. But can anyone honestly tell me if you watched those last 2 games? I really feel like McDavid and Draisaitl were very, very irrelevant. And again, these are the arguably 2 best players in the NHL. And I feel like McDavid, what was the one stat on Draisaitl? Didn't even have a shot on net or a shot attempt for 4 periods? For a guy as good as him? And again, I just think people underestimate how good they are. They like to just throw out negatives rather than throwing out the positives of the other side. Matthews was definitely hurt, let's be honest. But also, Florida's damn good. It can be both, right? But I will say, Leon, this year felt a little bit different, and I think it felt a little different because I feel like they had a really good team, and obviously when it comes down to the end, they genuinely did have a really good team. They're the only ones to take Florida to 7, and they had a really good shot at it. And again, they blew the last game. We're not gonna deny that. They folded under pressure. right? But they did take him to 7. Like, that's something that Tampa, who was the hottest team probably going into the playoffs, didn't do. Carolina has rolled over for the most part. And arguably, the 2 best players in the NHL still couldn't beat them. And they lost in 6. Well, you know what, Abby? The other thing is, and again, the one beautiful thing about sports is you can always play the what-if game, right? I'm not saying there would have been anything different, but what if Stolarz was in net for that entire series? Right? What if Hyman played in the finals? Like, things like that, for example, always, you don't know how it's going to go. Yeah, Leon, I was... Again, I do think Joseph Woll is a great goalie. I don't think he was as good as Stolarz this year. Or anywhere, honestly, near him. Like, Stolarz, to me, I feel like even the players had an absolute ton of confidence playing, you know, in front of him. I feel like there's a couple games where I feel like if Stolarz was in net, we might have won that game. Now, again, you never know. Maybe Stolarz would have crumbled. Who knows? That's the beautiful thing about what if. Exactly like what Abby was saying about missing Hyman, right? Like, okay, cool. If Hyman was there, maybe you guys might have won 2 extra games. If Stolarz was in internet, yeah. Well, to be fair, Abby, if we had McDavid, I feel like we would have won. Like, that's the thing. I feel like any team with McDavid or Draisaitl with a solid goalie and a great defensive core probably have a good shot at winning. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, SBA's down to 4, clear cut down to 3, triple up down to 3. So who wants to finish this off? That's what the cap is for, yeah. Like, the other thing is, Abby, no one... Like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have Marchand on the Leafs, but I don't think anyone suspected he was that good, right, in the playoffs. Like, you know he's good. So let's get those two going. So, anyone want to get that going? We are literally only 3 away on clear cut, 3 away on the stature, 4 away on the SBA. So remember, guys, 2 spots in the SBA get you a shot at the box. Again, more than happy to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I think we have at least 2 or 3 or 4 more breaks in us tonight. We just need a bit of a push. We got pretty close to it. Sticks, how you doing, sir? Sticks in the middle. 3, 3, 4 on SBA clear cut stature. Grad week for one of your kids. Oh, that's a fun one. Probably semi-busy for you, right? But definitely fun. So once again, 4 left in the SBA, guys. That is it. And only if 2 people take 2 spots, it is good. So, who is going to get it going? But again, I'm down to get several more of these going. Stature's down to 2 left. There we go. All right, who wants to knock out the stature? 2 left. Only 2. So there we go. Stature might be next. Clear cut might be next. SBA also might be next. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to also grab those 3. So that way we can get them going. I don't think I have those here. Nope, 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 nope. Of course not. All right, let me see where else. All right. So you do like the triple, yeah. Well, I can tell you from my point of view, which might be completely irrelevant for you guys, which is completely fine. My point of view is the shipping, for example, on the triple ups have definitely increased, help majority of the members get more cards. So it is a beneficial way to go, to be honest. I know it costs more, but again, your odds are better. I feel like you just don't get shut out as much, which is nice. All those things contribute. So by the way, we got 1 left to go. In Stacha. Only 1. The credentials is definitely a fun one, yeah. I agree with that too. And by the way, the SBA is down to 2. Islanders and Seattle. So once those two go, that's a 7-boxer ready to rock and roll. Stature's only at 1 left. So whoever takes that last spot in stature, we will be good to go. So, only 1, and we're good. And it looks like 950 will be break number 2. So, thank you guys for getting that one going. And then we'll be good to go. Alright. Oh, that's Premier. I thought that was the stature spot paid for, but it was Premier. It's good. 1 by 1, we're getting them all going. Stature's coming in still. So we will get there. Alright, there's the stature spot. Thank you guys. Let me get the team list ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 950. Best of luck. Here we go. 23,950 3 times. 1, 2, and a big 3. 1, 2, and a big 3. right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the show on the road. And again, let's get the clear cut going. Sorry, guys. Let's get this one ready. See how far my food is. How much longer it says? 10 minutes, so I should be good. All right, best of luck 950. Here we go, 23,950. We have the 2 boxes of 1920 stature. We've got for Montreal, Larry Robinson. Montreal. For San Jose, Erik Karlsson. For LA to 399, Grunstrom. $3.99. For Philadelphia, $3.99. Bunnaman. For the Blue Jackets, Reliance to 99. Merzlikins. $99. Number to 35 for the Penguins, Matt Murray. Matt Murray, don't know if that's just a little scuff on there. Autograph for Minnesota, Eric Stahl. Minnesota, Eric Stahl. We've got number to 45, Rookie Reliance, Barrett Hayton. And I believe that might be jersey numbered 29 of 45. Barrett Hayton. Cool. And a Reliance of Zadina. Looks like a decent scratch on that one. For the Red Wings. That's the only negative with the super shiny cards, is if you have a scratch, it's going to be super visible. For the Coyotes, because it's the old Winnipeg Jets, Teemu Selanne. Old Winnipeg Jets goes the Coyotes. For the Calgary Flames, Matthew Tkachuk. For the LA Kings, to $3.99, Matt Waugh. $3.99, Matt Waugh. For the Penguins, Reliance to 99, Lafferty. $99. For the Rangers, number to 85, Portraits, Lundqvist. We got number to 199, rookie auto, Bluger for Pittsburgh. Bluger. Nice. Number 285, green, rookie auto, Davidson for Ottawa. Number 285, Davidson. We've got number to 399, rookie, Igor Shesterkin. $3.99. I don't know if that middle thing by my thumb is a crack in it. It's interesting. Doesn't show on the card, but when you kind of do a different angle, kind of has a bit of a thing there. And we got a momentous Sidney Crosby. There we go. Well, can't complain about a Shesterkin, can ya? That's pretty sweet. Shesterkin, 3 autos. All right. All right, let's keep it going. All right. Well, clear cuts down to 3. SBA is down to 2. So who wants to get the SBA going or the clear cut? I am down for both. So, if anyone wants to grab the last 3 or the last 2, those will be great. Hold on, guys. My food's here. Yeah, if you just go to the back of the store, I'm back there. You gotta go to the behind building. Come back. All right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, dokie. So a clear cut and an SBA spot went. Well, that's benefiting both those, so thank you. All right. Perfect. So SBA is down to 1. And who wants to finish off SBA? You know what else is kind of confusing? I'm not going to lie. How is Seattle out of SBA the one that's available? Like, I'm not saying they're the craziest rookies in the history of rookies, but you still have Beniers, arguably one of the biggest rookies of that crop. Because there's nothing in 2021? Is there nothing in 21? You might be correct, I'm just saying. For some reason, I feel like they were in 21, 22. But I very well could be wrong. Yeah, Seattle had 55 cards. Cole Lind. So yes. But Beniers and Shane Wright, yes, are the two big boys, clearly. All right. So, if you guys would like to get that going, that would be great. But it is funny, Abby, I can tell you as a breaker, it always sucks when a new team gets added. Because no matter what breaks you do, there's always going to be someone who's like, well, there will not be as many, you know, of this and there and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, I know, but... Like, the funny thing is, Shane Wright and Beniers are arguably two of the biggest rookies in the products, right? So, it does offset a little bit. So, who wants to clear out clear cut? 2 left and 1 left, guys. Two left and 1 left. And we are good to go. I'm going to go grab the SBA because I, so 2221. All right. Not here. Get the one here. I'm going to need the 2223. Also, for what it's worth, fresh case of 2223. Did it really, Abby? That's so funny. All right, so let's get those last 3 spots total filled, guys. And if anyone wants to grab Seattle, I'll give you guys double points on Seattle as a thank you for getting that one filled. So, hopefully, I get you going. There's definitely no point of waiting till Sunday on these ones. So, let me know, ladies and gentlemen. No rush, but obviously I got it all ready to go for you guys. So, we can start off the clear cut or the SBA very shortly. We just need that last spot. Seattle. So let me know. So Abby, what is your prediction for next year for the Oilers, by the way? What do you think they do? Like, I'm very curious what they can do and what they will do. Do you, so correct me if I'm wrong, McDavid is eligible July 1st to sign, is that correct? Can McDavid essentially sign July 1st? Because I know a lot of speculations like, will he stay in Edmonton, all that fun stuff. I think he probably will. Obviously, as a Leaf fan, I want to see him go, to Toronto, but one more year left, yeah. Yeah, I think my personal prediction is I think he stays for 6 or 8 more years for Edmonton and then retires as a Leaf, potentially. And again, ladies and gentlemen, oh, looks like clear cut's down to 1 left. So it's clear. Actually, I probably should get clear cut ready too. So I'm going to go grab some clear cut because that one's down to 1. Apparently we want to get that one filled first. Well, here's the other news, guys. I hope the clear cut is really, really good. I know the last one we did was actually pretty... Or I know the last one I did. I don't know maybe what Ashley's open from it. But I know the last one I did was pretty damn good. I think it was like 3 or 4 exclusives and a pretty good name. So, hopefully I can continue that trend. So 1 left there, 1 left in SBA, guys. Who wants to finish it off? And also, for those who are interested, the Premier is now creeping up slowly. And the Premier is also a very fun break. And a very affordable one for what it is. What do I think for the offseason for Toronto? Honestly, God, I have no idea. I think you signed Nyes. I just don't know the length. I think it's either going to be a 3 or an 8. Like, again, this is not exactly rocket science in my opinion. It's not like I'm spouting anything that's crazy. Marner, I think, is for sure gone. Which, to me, bugs me a lot because Not because I wanted to keep him, it's just because we got nothing for it. So that kind of really bugs me. I do think we will pick up a couple... I don't know how you want to classify them. Second, third line guys. So, for example, like the Brandon Tanev. I won't be surprised if we make a run at Marchand. Like, stuff like that. I don't know how we plan to offset Marner yet. I don't see Bennett coming to Toronto. Honestly. I would like it. I just don't see it. Well, the thing is, Abby, Marner money is a ton of money. Right? Like, let's argue the point of maybe 13 mil. I don't think Bennett's worth 13. Now, maybe Bennett's worth 13 for, like, 1 or 2 years. I would not sign him on decent, right? But, like, I think if you could land Bennett Marchand for Marner, I would take that combo. And then you maybe throw in a Brandon Tanev. You know, if I had my ultimate say, Morgan Riley, for sure gone. I would be very happy if I would see Morgan Riley gone. I would like to see Tavares either sign like a 5x5. I don't know. What I'd be curious to see if the option of like 7x2 or something. Because like that's not terrible then. But I definitely wouldn't want to have like 7x5. I'm fine with a 5x5. You know you're overpaying for the last 2 years. You're underpaying for the next 2 years. But it's not a horrible deal. And it's not going to hurt you long term on the cap. Is it the money? Hold on. What do you mean by that, Golden? And I don't know who you're referencing on that one. My apologies. By the way, guys, Clear Cut took over and filled first. Oh, yeah, I agree with the relationship's over. I think there's not much more to be done there. That one, yeah, 100% easy decision on that. Yeah, again, Dan, you know, I always refer to it, like, in MMA, they always have the MMA math thing, which anyone can do, but it's not really accurate. Like, you know, that guy beat that guy, therefore he should beat this guy. Sure, it's not always how it works. Styles makes fights, right? And in this scenario, styles make, you know, the series. I do, even if you hate the Leafs, I think the Leafs had a really good shot at beating Carolina. I really do believe that. And I think it would have been a very competitive series against the Oilers. And I don't think anyone would sit there and say they think the Oilers would spank the Leafs or Carolina would spank the Leafs. So, I think people just got to start giving a bit more credit to how good Florida really, truly is. Not like, even on the fact that they have arguably 2 to 3, like, Selke type of guys. Right? Like, they shut down the good guys. They always have. And until we see it proven the other way, instead of looking at why does McDavid not show up, or why does Draisaitl, Marner, Matthews, Kucherov, all these guys don't show up. Maybe look at what Florida does. Dan, obviously, I can tell you my point of view, because obviously I get called a homer all the time, and that's more than fine. I can take it. But what always aggravated me is genuinely people, like proper Leaf fans, were upset when the second round was going, Matthews, Marner, Nylander need to show up. And you're like, at the one time I remembered, they had 11 points, 13 points, and 14 points for the three of them, right? Individually. All the Florida guys had 9 or less. So why is everyone ragging on that these guys are not showing up? Like, I agree they're not lighting it up. We don't have to have that disagreement. But to pretend that 10 points in 10 games is somehow bad in the playoffs, I don't understand that logic, ever. You know, like, it's just a weird thing that people just like to just be super negative on everything rather than looking at the, maybe they're just good, like, or maybe they're, you know, like a point a game. I don't know what they finished off with. Golden, I would say they don't have that killer instinct like Florida did. I agree with you on that. That's where I think the difference is. But, again, I will get into the break, guys. Don't worry. But what I'm saying, though, is for anyone to kind of rag on them and be like, well, they just suck. They still beat Florida 3 times. No one else did. So, I don't think they suck. They definitely blew those 2 games. But let's be honest, whether they lost those in overtime or lost 10-0, at the end of the day, does it really make that much of a difference on the series? Like, that's all I'm saying. Yes, it hurts when they lose badly, like 5-1. But if they lost 4-3, does that right now make the series any different? You know, they lost in 7, but they were really close. Cool. They lost in 7, but they were really close. 23,969, 1, 2, and a big 3. 1, 2, and a big 3. And then we have Vegas, Seattle. All right. Yeah, like, all I'm saying is at the end of the day, you know, only one team wins. So you can't sit there and go, Edmonton sucks, Carolina sucks, Vegas sucks. Do they suck? I don't think so. Does LA suck because Edmonton beat them in the first round? No, it just means Edmonton was a better team. If LA beat Edmonton in the first round, could they have gone to the finals? Possibly. Who knows? Here we go. 23,969. We got the fiver of Clear Cut. Start off for Chicago, Mike Hardman. Chicago. I'm just more curious on something like Edmonton of where are they going to be next year? Like, are they, again, a finalist team again? Or is someone else going to catch up to them on the West? For the Dallas Stars, Champs rookie auto of Damani. Like, realistically, what team do you guys think will be the team that will catch up to Edmonton the best? Like, could it be LA? Could it be Dallas? Is Vegas going to, you know, take them out? Because the West, I feel like Winnipeg. Can Winnipeg finally make their run? LA for sure. And we've got a rookie auto for the Maple Leafs of Holmberg. You know what, Frank? If I remember correctly, wasn't Toronto up there as well? Which is kind of crazy. Holmberg. Alright, we need to get something kind of cool. But that was crazy. Like, it's funny how it goes because in my head, and I'm probably the same as you, I've always been thinking like, oh man, Toronto, Edmonton, such young teams, right? Young core. Nope. For Seattle, Jared McCann. Jared McCann. I feel like you just get used to watching and you just, like, you kind of age with it. Because, like, I was the same thing. I remember when I saw the same thing that you were probably looking at. I was stunned. I'm like, how is Toronto and Edmonton two of the oldest teams in the NHL? It made no sense to me. And again, double down, Seattle rookie auto, Ty Cartier. All right, now time to do the random for the overtime packs. 3 times. Top 5 are going to get them 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Hudson, Geo, Hudson, Hockey, and Sam Ben. Congrats. Dumping their kids for rent. So, Frank, in your opinion, I'm presuming you're talking about Edmonton there. Where do you think they go? And obviously, Golden, I'm curious your opinion and everyone else's opinion. What do you guys think Edmonton should do this year? Like, who do they keep? Who do they get rid of? What do they do? Because right now they're kind of strapped. Shake that break off. Yeah. Clear cut is always going to be that way, sadly. You're going to have your good ones. You're going to have your bad ones. That, my friends, was not one of the good ones. Oh, still talking about Toronto? Okay, so what does Toronto do, Frank? Where do you see... Like, I'm curious how they're going to fill the hole of Marner. That sounds really bad. How they're going to fill that line of Marner being gone. Like, what do you put on that line? Like, Nyes, I think, is essential. You got to sign Nyes. Abby. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. You can't unhear that. Yeah, I know. It's, you know what I always love? And I've had this happen thousands of times on here. Like, I'll say things, and then as I'm, like, nearing the end of saying, I'm like, yeah, I see how that comes across. But, yeah, so Nyes you sign. I do think they signed Tavares. But here's the other thing. Let's say Tavares somehow gets a crazy offer somewhere else and walks. How do you replace Tavares and Marner? Like, what do you genuinely bring in to offset those two guys? Like, that's a lot of points. Right? Nyes will be Nyes. Great. I'm happy with that. Like, I don't know what other options you really have. Like, guys like Tanev, Brandon Tanev, that is, are great to have. Would love to have him on the team. But again, he's not getting Tavares or Marner numbers in terms of points. By the way, the Premier also is now very close. You guys are doing a great job of getting the Premier going. You know what, Abby? Isn't it a weak free agent year? No, I think it's a very strong one, personally. Like, it depends on how you classify it. Like, there's some pretty big, sizable players. Like, for example, I'll tell you off the top of my head, they're the ones that I remember, okay? You have Bennett. You have Marner. You have Marchand, Ekblad, Tavares, Ehlers, Besser, Provorov. I'm trying to think who else. Giroux, Drouin. So, like, you have some decent guys. Like, I'm not saying they're phenomenal. Like, but Ehlers ain't a scrub. Right? Bennett, Marchand ain't scrubs. Ekblad, damn good defenseman. Like, Besser, not a bad player. At one point was one of the elite goal scorers. Still is. Like, there's some solid guys. See, to me, I'm not saying it's a direct equivalent, Abby, but Besser in exchange for Tavares, for example, would be like you're kind of offsetting that point total. But the thing is, okay, you keep Nyes. Cool. Nyes is Nyes. He might improve it a little bit. Great. Tavares, you know, but what do you get for Marner? How do you get that 100 points? Or even break it down in a different way? Like, Bennett would be a good start. Marchand would be an okay start. Yeah, Frank, I heard that as well. You are 100% correct. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? Maybe coincidental. Or maybe there's something to it that makes complete sense. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are still sitting at 1. Somehow 1. Well, that's the other thing, for example. Frank, you're 100% correct. Who knows what Easton Cowan's going to do? He might come in guns blazing and start getting 40, 50, 60 points. Who knows? Like, that's a big, you know, could he be a second, third line guy? And that does pull up some decent numbers, and it's going to be cost effective. So again, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the last spot in the SBA going. We are down to just 1. Well, that's the other thing. You put him on a line like that, yeah, he might flourish, right? He legit might flourish. And then you have another great player or 50, 60 point player at pretty much nothing. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Besser other than the highlights and the stat totals that I see. Like, I don't watch him on a game-to-game to really know if he is, like, is he aggressive? Is he kind of lazy? Does he have, like, 10 games off and 5 games on? Is he kind of like a Line, or is he, like, solid all around? He's like, Line is, like, genuinely can be one of the best players in the NHL, scoring at will, #1 goal scorer in the NHL, and then where did he go? Not a Line. Well, that's good, I guess. I was excited when Line started scoring a ton of goals. It was nice to see. Kind of sad to see him kind of fizzle, but... So again, ladies and gentlemen, Marner's irreplaceable. Yeah, no, I don't disagree. You don't find many Marners in the NHL, right? He is a standout guy, so 100% agree with you on that. All right, so guys, I will give whoever takes Seattle triple points. I just don't want it sitting there at 1 left. That is an absolute waste. And also, Premier at 6 left is also very, very close. I would like to get those two both done. 22-23 Premier. Well, Frank, here's the thing. And again, I think it comes down to the realistic of what the team is. If a team has 50,000 fans, and you hear from 5% of the bad fans about how this player sucks, and the other team has 500,000 fans, it's just more vocal. Right? Like, I think the problem is when you have the biggest fan base, or let's say second biggest fan base in the NHL, like, if you're not going to pretend that Montreal fans turn on their players or beat up the players in the media, or they become gods if they have like 5 games in a row of being amazing, it's the same thing, right? You always hear from the Karens. Yeah. Like, that's the thing, is just Toronto arguably has the biggest fan base in the world. So they're going to make the biggest news when they get blown out or they win. Like, you know what it was funny, my first thought. Imagine if McDavid or Matthews in the cup-winning game had 4 goals. Do you not think genuinely a statue would be made of those players if that's what happened for them? And I feel like it's almost completely overlooked that Sam Reinhart, I know 2 empty netters, but Sam Reinhart got 4 goals in a cup-winning clinching game. Like, legit, guys, if McDavid had 4 goals in the cup-winning game, it would just never be not talked about. It would just be the endless of, my God, this guy is going down in the history. Like, it's crazy to me. But that's the difference between fan bases. So once again, if anybody wants to get that last SBA spot, guys, it would be much appreciated. If you want a cheaper break, Premier is right there. Would love for that one to go. But the biggest thing, though, and Frank, you are correct, is every fan base has them. You have the normal fans, and then you have the psycho fans. And I can tell you, running a store for so many years, I have seen that on all fan bases. Like, I have people coming in here. I'll tell you a funny one, guys, okay? I had a Montreal fan come in the store when Line A was just doing his Line A things, like the good stuff, and genuinely tell me it was just a matter of time before he's better than Matthews. And, like, he was genuinely sitting there going, see, he just needed the right team. He was better than Matthews. And you're going, in what world does, like, 10-game stretch make him better than Matthews? But that's how some people think. Every fan base has those fans. The absolutely crazy delusional ones. The over-the-top ones. Are you high? No, you know what I've learned for the most part, Frank, over the so many years of doing this is you can't battle stupidity, because you'll never win, because if you battle it, you go down to their level, right? And they will never ever ever turn. Let me put it that way. Like, never once have I really had a conversation with somebody that, like, crazy. And then I'd be like, no, here's some stats. And they're going, you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Like, it doesn't happen. So, it is what it is, right? At the end of the day. So does anyone want to get Premier going? If anyone wants to grab a spot or try to match a spot, that might help it go. Premier is down to 6, guys. Daigle is better than Gretzky. Yes, I could see that one. I think you're onto something there, Chris. I genuinely believe you. No, the thing is, for all the years I've watched hockey and I'm pretty in-depth with stats and stuff, like, everything changes everything. And what I mean by that is, you put Matthews on Seattle or you put him on Florida, you put him on Toronto, everything will be different. Right? Matthews might be the greatest goal scorer in the history if he played for Florida. Or maybe he's going to be the best two-way player if he plays for Florida. Who knows? Like, for all we know, Marner might go, for example, to Vegas and get 135 points next year and lead the NHL. Would anyone honestly be stunned? I wouldn't. He also might go to, like, you know, whatever team, Minnesota, and get 72 points. Would I be stunned? No. Everything changes stats. Always has, always will. That is why it is almost impossible to say, well, you know, if McDavid went to Toronto this year, he would have had this many points as well. No, he wouldn't have. Because it's a different style. Marner leaves, McDavid arrives. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. By the way, one more Premier spot's gone, so who else wants to follow that suit? I do believe, guys, we can get Premier and we can get the SBA going. That SBA is just going to kill me, apparently. It's just in that one left. No, I will say, Chris, obviously I'm a hardcore Leaf fan. I would love McDavid as a Leaf. I think he does another 8-year deal with Edmonton. I really do believe that. I would die if he came to Toronto. My God. That would just be mind-blowing. Now, here's a fun hypothetical, guys. Genuine, just fun shooting the S, right? Let's say McDavid signs an 8-year deal with the Leafs. He leaves, okay? He leaves the Oilers, signs an 8-year deal with the Leafs. Is Matthews still captain? As in, do the Leafs immediately strip him to give it to McDavid? Do you just not give it to McDavid? Do you keep Matthews as captain until foreseeable? Now that's a question, see? I bring out the good questions. Because stuff like that's always intriguing to me, right? Like, you would gotta presume he would want to be captain. So that's for sure, like, in his heart, desires, whatever you want to call it. But you already have Matthews. So do you just let it ride for a little bit, maybe 2-3 years, and strip him per se? Do you wait till Matthews' contract's up and then that's when you pounce on it? And then give it to Matthew, or sorry, give it to McDavid? It would be interesting to see how they would handle that. Now, maybe he doesn't give a crap, but he's like, hey, I'm fine just being an A. Good for me. No problems. But that would be intriguing to see how that one gets handled. Do you think so, though, Abby? Like, if you came to your childhood, I'm guessing, team, do you not think part of him's kind of like, hey, I want to be the big dog as in the captain, right? Like, I want that C on my chest. Yeah, you know what, Frank? I don't disagree. I don't know if you're talking about more so injuries or just as a player. I think he will have a shorter lifespan, yes. I feel like Matthews has 4, maybe 5 more solid years left. And then it's going to go pretty downhill pretty quickly. My personal opinion. I definitely don't see no OV in him type thing. How can you get in on this break? I will give you the link is on the top, sir. So you see where it says CloutsnChara Sports Card. You can click on that link. You just sign up, and then we have literally 20 breaks there. And you can pick which break you would like to go. If you want to go in the Premier one, you just find the Premier, which is 953. If you want to do the SBA, it's 945. And then just do the checkout, follow it through. Anyone can beat Ovi if they play 40% of the career 5-4. Well, I don't think that's a fact. I don't think that's a case for anybody. Like, to be fair, I think he's significantly, if anyone's benefited from power play, and again, I haven't looked up the stats, but that's got to be Ovi. Like, I'm going to look at Matthews right now just for the sake of our conversation because you brought it up. Matthews has 104 power play goals. Ovechkin has 326. Matthews has played 629 games. So if you times that by 2, it's about 1,250 for sake of conversation. Ovi's played almost 1,500. So even if you doubled the games for Matthews, he's still 120 goals away than Ovi was in power play. So, but I feel like that's part of the game at the end of the day, right? You can't fault the man for, like, if he's a one-trick pony, but everyone knows what he's going to do, he's obviously good at doing it, right? Like, that's the other thing. If everyone just tells you, like, to me, it's the same argument. You can't find 969. Well, 969's already gone. That's why. 969 just went. That was a clear cut. To me, Chris, it'd be the exact same argument, which I feel is not a smart argument, of me making the argument to you and going, well, why can't people just go in the middle of the ice and stop McDavid when he's going really fast? You know he's going to do it. So just stop him. And the thing is, or maybe McDavid's just really good at what he does. Are you saying Matthews has more shots than Ovi? Just so I'm clear what you're saying. By the way, guys, let's get the other breaks going. We are very, very close on 2 breaks. So while we're doing the chatter, which I always love, let's also get the breaks going. Because I feel like you're not correct on that, to be honest. Like, Chris, to give you some simple numbers, Ovechkin in his entire playing season career averages 4.6 shots a game. So 4.6 shots a game for Ovechkin. Matthews averages 4.02. So Ovechkin actually averages more shots per. I don't know what conversation... Chris, I'm not saying it rudely. I actually don't know what conversation you're trying to make here. Who are you saying right now? Because I feel like the one thing you're saying... Oh, are you saying Ovi's better than Matthews, or Matthews is better than Ovi? Just so I know where you stand. Both great. Okay, cool. By the way, Premier is filled. So this poor SBA break just sitting on the damn table. I swear if Seattle gets an absolute monster hit and we were just letting it marinate there. But you guys got Premier filled, so that's a great start. All right, right, 953. Good luck, everyone. 23,953. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. I'm going to go grab those 2 premieres. And once again, if anybody wants to get the SBA going, we are so close. Literally. Seattle, Shane Wright, Bunniers. Get those going. We can do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 22, 23, Premier is about to start. Samuel, how are you doing, sir? You're alive. Well, I'm hoping it's better than that. Here we go, 23,953. Oh, we've got the 22, 23. For the Oilers, $2.99 of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. For the Blue Jackets, $3.99 of Marchenko. For the Vegas Golden Knights to 249, Carter. Oh, yeah, all the fun house stuff, eh? Vegas. Nice number to 25. Autograph for the Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk. So, Samuel, who are you cheering for in the finals? Obviously, the Oilers beat out your Stars. But who were you cheering for deep down? It's also a very nice card, by the way. For the Panthers, to 99, Ekblad and Barkov. Florida, was it because of the Oilers beating you guys? Or you just like Florida better? And for the Islanders, Holmstrom jersey. Or is it because they're American and you just want an American team to win? All the claims are valid. We'll never beat Edmonton. I don't know. I feel like you guys can. For the Capitals, $2.99, John Carlson. $2.99. For the Islanders, $3.99, Holmstrom. Missed his jersey number by 1. Holmstrom. For the Penguins, 249 a rookie auto patch, Puustinen. 249, Puustinen. Nice 3-color at least. For the, my God, LA Kings, yeah, Kevin Fiala. How is it possible this guy's still around and is doing this? Always. Fiala Fridays. For the Minnesota Wild, number /49 rookie patch, Marco Rossi. It's a nice one. Rossi /49. And for the Devils, Riley Walsh jersey. There she goes. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, another random fun conversation for all those who want to give their answers right now, just for fun, clearly. And obviously, none of us have any clue what's going to happen in the summer. Who is the Stanley Cup winner for 2026? Who do you guys have as the Stanley Cup winner for 2026? Is Florida a three-peat? Or will somebody finally take him out? What do you guys think? Probably Florida again. So, by the way, guys, if we do not fill the SBA in about 5 or 10 minutes, we'll probably call a night. Obviously, that one spot's been sitting there for a little bit. If we can't get that filled in the next 5 or 10 minutes, then we will wait till Sunday. So, I have no delusion. Yeah, you know what? But you still have a damn good team. That's the good news. You still have a very, very good team. Also, I will throw this out there just for fun again, because it almost worked on a different break a couple days ago. I will give away a box of Metal Universe if we get this 8-box break filled and we hit a liquid gold. So if we hit a liquid gold and we get that box or that break filled tonight, and by tonight I mean when I'm online, I always clarify that, I will give a box to somebody in the break. It's that simple. And the good news, it's only a $49 break for an absolute ton of boxes. Yeah, Taves to Winnipeg. That's a good one. I think that's a good pickup for Winnipeg, to be completely candid. Like, I was semi-hoping that he would be a Leaf. I don't think there's much risk involved in that one. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen. We can easily get the SBA going. We just need that one spot. I literally did say I will give triple the points as a thank you for whoever wants to close that one out. I would genuinely love to see that go tonight. And again, somebody can win a box of SBA in that break. Multiple spots, but you can win. So if anybody Once I get that going in the next 5 or 10 minutes, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, it's great seeing you, Samuel. I appreciate that. Make sure you have a good one. Did you miss the premiere break? Yes, sir. You did. You missed it all. Everything you missed. The Wayback Machine, yeah. All right, how about this? Final offer, not triple points. You get an overtime pack if you take Seattle. I am just doing this to help you guys get this damn break filled. I'm not a fan of leaving it till Sunday if we don't need to. We're so close. So you will walk away with at least something. My man Pat is in the room. Normally he comes in and he helps get some of the other breaks going, which is great. And I'm also, just to be clear, guys, I am absolutely down to fill like a lure or the ice team select or anything else you guys want. I'm not, like, we don't have to leave after SBA. If you guys get the metal triple up or the credentials going, I'm good. If not, no big deal. So it looks like Seattle may be good to go. Let's hope 'tis good. Breakaway boss. I love it. I hope you absolutely kill this one, sir. I really do. Give me 1 second, though, Pat. I gotta just do the giveaway for multi-spots thing. I want to make sure I get that done and ready, because that's kind of important. Now, Pat and anyone else, if you guys want to get anything else going, by all means, please, let's do it. More than happy to get it going, guys. And as you guys know, all it takes is 1 or 2 of you guys to get it going, so. All right, sorry guys. So I have to go through this carefully so I don't mess it up. Because the last thing I want to do is have somebody be like, I'm missing a spot. I'd be like, damn it. All right. Put this in the spinny wheel. Well, there's only 11 of you guys, so there you go. Only 11. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 945. Good luck. Here we go. Here we go. 23,945. Let's start off with the 2122 SBA. We got the 7-box break. How exciting. Oh, wow, that's funny. What a weird place to put it, but cool. Number to 9. Oh, that's even cooler. 9.99. Inscribed and also jersey numbered for the Rangers, Zach Jones. So a jersey numbered Future Watch and inscribed. How about that? And that's a funny place. You don't see the inscribed put up there very often. We got a pageantry of Veleno for the Red Wings and a top rookies for Nashville of Ference. Limited red for Dallas of Sagan. Pageantry for the Red Wings, Gordie Howe. And a top rookies blue for Philadelphia of Allison. We've got for Seattle a limited auto Grubauer. Grubauer limited auto for Seattle. Pageantry of Pavelski for Dallas. And a leaders for Winnipeg of Wheeler. Red Future Watch for Calgary of Phillips. Pageantry rookie of Caulfield for Montreal. And a top rookies of Luukkonen for Buffalo. Red Limited for Dallas of Sagan. Pageantry of Taylor Hall for Boston. And a Caulfield die cut for Montreal. Red Future Watch of Neighbors for the Blues. Spectrum for Colorado of Newhook. And we got a Leaders Blue, Brady Tkachuk for Ottawa. Red Limited of Suzuki for Montreal. We got a top rookies of Denisenko for Florida. And a Future Watch non-auto of Ference for Nashville. Red Future Watch for the Devils of Zetterlund. Pageantry of Draisaitl for the Oilers. And a True Leaders, Giordano for Seattle. Red Limited of Olofsson for Buffalo. Spectrum Suzuki for Montreal. And a top rookies of Lapierre for Washington. Red Future Watch of Eklund for the Sharks. Pageantry for the Sharks of Brent Burns, and a cider for the Red Wings die cut. So by the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed, Seattle already had a autograph. Color me surprised. Surprised nobody reacted to that one. For the Rangers, $9.99, Morgan Barron. Rangers back-to-back Future Watch autos. $9.99. We got an LA Kings pageantry of Marcel Dion and a True Leaders McDavid for the Oilers. Red Limited of Backstrom for the Caps. Pageantry of Stamkos for Tampa. And a Top Rookies for Tampa of Barry Boulay. For the Coyotes, that's a limited one. A Future Watch Retro. Limited number to 90. Yannick for the Coyotes. That's kind of cool. Number to 90. Yannick. That's really cool. That's a pretty low numbered one. We got a pageantry rookie of Denisenko for Florida and a Matthew Tkachuk die cut for Calgary. Red Future Watch of Neighbors for the Blues. Pageantry of Letang for the Penguins. And a Top Rookies blue of Beckman for Minnesota. Red Limited of Matthews for the Leafs. Pageantry of Kessel for the Coyotes. Top Rookies of Colton for Tampa. Red Future Watch of Neighbors for the Blues. Spectrum for Ottawa rookie of Bernard Docker. And a True Leaders of Larkin for the Red Wings. Is that 3 Spectrum Blues for the Blues of Neighbors? Tkachuk for Ottawa red. Top Rookies of Lundell for Florida. And a 99 gold of Future Watch of Barron. Rangers, my God. Share some of the cards, man. We got a Future Watch red for the Coyotes of Vejmelka. Pageantry of Leonard for Vegas. And a True Leaders blue Stamkos for Tampa. Red Limited of Olofsson for Buffalo. Spectrum for Florida of Barkov. And a Jack Hughes for the Devils die cut. And just to make sure, chat is working, correct? Red of Zetterlund for the Devils. Pageantry of Sillinger for the Jackets. Top Rookies of Caulfield for Montreal. If someone can type someone, I want to make sure. 2021. Hello? Calling anyone to type something? Let me see. I'm going to refresh it, make sure it's working. Okay. Yeah, if anyone wants to type just to make sure it is working, I just want to make sure people are seeing this live. I don't want to have a problem where it's not. So if anyone can type in the chat, just something to make sure, that'd be great. That's a phenomenal start. Missing the insert. Future Watch Auto. $9.99 for Vancouver of Yolevi. $9.99. Sign of the Times for the Coyotes of Charles Molson. Sign of the Times. Nicholas Charmelson. We got a moment of Kaprizov for Minnesota. Hamilton for Carolina. Retro. Leaders for the Islanders of Anders Lee. We got a Brent Burns red for the San Jose Sharks. We got a retro of Hedman for Tampa. And for Buffalo /500 retro of Cousins. Dylan Cousins. Spectrum absolutely mangled Carter Hart. thing went through something. Like, my gosh, Carter Hart. What'd he do? Well, that's a whole nother story, but that one did not go too well for him on that one. We've got a leaders for Vegas of Pietrangelo. Retro for Florida of Barkov. Jack Hughes red for the Devils. And, my God, again, sign of the times, Kevin Fiala. Seriously. Like, absolutely seriously, guys. How is this possible? Third Fiala of the night on Friday. Retro McDavid for the Oilers. Moments for Vancouver of Quinn Hughes. Moments of Ovechkin for the Caps. Red for the Buffalo Sabres of Eichel. Retro for Philadelphia, Konechny. And Ryan O'Reilly, leaders for the Blues. So once again, guys, can any one of you guys type in the chat? I need to know if it is working. Because on my end, I'm not seeing any new chats. And I want to make sure that it is working. So can anybody, because if it's not, that might be a bit of a concern on the streaming end. I feel like chat just died for some reason. Generally, that's... Yo, alright. Well, I guess just chat died then. That's all it was, Leon. Thank you, sir. We got a Spectrum Future Watch of Krebs for Vegas. It's working? Okay, good. Thank you. Leaders for LA of Kopitar. Retro for Calgary of Tkachuk. Future Watch Retro to $3.99 for Washington of Vanacek. Future Watch Retro. Nice stuff for Washington there. We got a moment of Nashville Pekka Rinne. Red of Patterson for Vancouver. Retro for Calgary of Giordano. Leaders for Boston of Bergeron. Sign of the times for the Islanders, Anders Lee. Anders Lee for the Islanders. We got a moment for LA of Toffoli. Your fingers got tired from typing. That's fair. Red for Tampa of Yanni Gord. Retro for the Red Wings of Manta. Retro for the Blue Jackets of Seth Jones. Performers for the Rangers of Lafreniere. Moment for Tampa of Stamkos. Red red base of Perron for the Blues. Zuccarello retro for Minnesota. And number to 500, Suter for the Hawks. Suter. And a Spectrum for Boston of Tuukka Rask. Tuukka. All right, now on to the 22, 23. What will we get? Red of Hintz for Dallas. Top rookies of Sandberg for the Jets. And a hollow foil Panarin for the Rangers. If I remember correctly, those are 1 or 2 per case, so not too bad. A red Future Watch of Imama for the Coyotes. We got an Anders Lee True Leaders for the Islanders. And a $6.99 retro Future Watch auto of Eyssimont. Winnipeg Jets. Eyssimont. Top rookies of Poulin for Pittsburgh. Sign of the times. He called the future. Anders Lee. 2 of them for the Islanders. And a pageantry of Stützle for Ottawa. Seattle red of Aberley. Collabs of Montreal. And a Boldy pageantry for Minnesota. Future Watch red of Reichel for Chicago. Top rookies of McBain for the Coyotes. Pageantry of Brent Burns for Carolina. We got a red for the Rangers of Shesterkin. True Leaders green, Huberdeau for Calgary. And a pageantry of Lundqvist for the Rangers. Future Watch red, Matty Beniers for Seattle. Leaders of Larkin for the Red Wings. And an Ovechkin pageantry for Washington. Red for Philadelphia of Atkinson. Top rookies of Bordello for the Sharks. Pageantry red of Pavelski for Dallas. And a $9.99 Hodgeberg for Philly. That is now 3 golden. 3 Fialas tonight. Isn't that nuts? Red of Tucker for the Blues. Collabs for Vancouver. And a 99 Spence Gold Future Watch for LA. Hold on a second. I am hitting it tonight. Jersey numbered 53 of 99. That is now 2 Future Watches, jersey numbered, in 1 break. True Leaders Blue of Kopitar for LA. Olmark, Spectrum for Boston, and a Makar for the Avs. Pageantry. All right, next box. Red Future Watch of Moverar for LA. True Leaders of Stamkos for Tampa. And a Future Watch auto, $9.99 for Tampa of Perbix. Top rookies for Montreal of Slavkovsky. Sign of the times retro. Atkinson for Philly. Pageantry McDavid for the Oilers. We got a Vegas, red of Carlson, collabs for Vegas, and a Slavkovsky pageantry for Montreal. Red Future Watch of Perreault for Anaheim, top rookies of Rossi for Minnesota, and an Atkinson pageantry for Philly. Red of Barzal for the Islanders, top rookies for Dallas of Blumel, Future Watch Spectrum for Philadelphia of Bobby Brink. Red of Keller Coyotes, True Leaders Blue of Crosby for the Penguins. And a pageantry, Bobby Hull for Chicago. Future Watch Red of Chaffee for Minnesota, True Leaders for the Avs of McKinnon. And a pageantry of Smith for the Coyotes. Red of Crosby for the Penguins. Top rookies of Smith for the Coyotes. Pageantry red of Zegras for the Ducks. And a $9.99 for the Maple Leafs of Crawl. Maple Leafs Crawl. We got a red Future Watch of Hamblin for the Oilers. Collabs of Kaprizov Boldy for Minnesota. And a $3.99 for Chicago, Reichel. There's no such thing as too much. And I might be wrong on this, but it might be all three different teams for Fiala, too. Top rookies, blue of Schneider for the Rangers. Spectrum Marchand for Boston. And a pageantry, Svechnikov, Carolina. I feel like Boston's had like 5 of those Spectrums already. I think what a Swayman, maybe Allmark. I feel like we've had like 4 or 5 of them all be Boston. Collabs of Pittsburgh. We got a $3.99 Svozil Blue Future Watch and a red of Stutzel for Ottawa. Evolve, it'll be a random between Buffalo and Vegas of Eichel. Pageantry red of Chatfield for Carolina. And a Future Watch red of Korchinski for Chicago. We got a Leo Carlson Focus Blue for Anaheim. Pageantry of Jari for the Penguins. Future Watch red of Thrun for the Sharks. We got a Focus Blue of Poitras for Boston. Pageantry for Seattle of Grubauer. And a red for the Oilers of Hyman. Focus of Iorio for Washington. Pageantry of Keandre Miller for Rangers. Future Watch red. Bobby McMahon for the Maple Leafs. Focus Leo Carlson for Anaheim. And a Lacombe for Anaheim. Future Watch red. These last 2 packs. Missing 1 insert. Evolve again of Eichel. So that's kind of random. Quick red for the Rangers. Focus for Boston of Poitras. Pageantry of Getzlaff for the Ducks. And a Kent Johnson for the Blue Jackets red. This box is all kinds of weird. For the Blue Jackets, $9.99 Greaves. Future Watch Auto to $9.99 Greaves. We got a Focus of Wolf for Calgary. And a Durandu for the Islanders red. And for the Blues, Sign of the Times, Kasperi Kapanen. For the Blues. Collab for Washington and a red of Fleury for the Minnesota Wild. All right, now time to do the Spinaroonie to see who's going to get the box. So best of luck to everybody. Everybody. 3 times. Not 3 times, 1 time. Always I say that. It looks like a Rogers. Ba-da-ba-ba, a Rogers. Never a bad problem winning a $400 item. Congrats. All right, let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything else you guys want to try to get going. If not, I feel like that might be the end of the evening. And I do have a lot of the other breaks ready to go. So, I am guessing that might be the end of the evening. And that's A-okay. And the good news is Sunday should be another great day because I have some really good breaks planned for you guys for Sunday. So, but I am guessing we will call that a night, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a fun one for sure. And I do appreciate it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a beautiful rest of the evening. We will see you guys Sunday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Have a good night, everyone, and see you guys then.